Then they taught us what the light was, which was Aurora. And we used to have to say what Aurora was. And that's the goddess, of Sigma Gamma Rho. There was a hymn. It was called I Am Determined to Be a Sigma. Anytime they had us doing anything that was like tough or difficult, they would sing this hymn. And so I later found out the original song was a hymn called I've Decided to Follow Jesus. But they changed the words to I'm Determined to Be a Sigma. And then they would do this thing in the beginning where they would ask us, where is the light? And we had to look up. Then they taught us what the light was, which was Aurora. And we used to have to say what Aurora was. And that's the goddess, of Sigma Gamma Rho. We used to have to say, the Aurora is the dawn of the light of a new day. And God is so crazy, brought the revelation where, Satan is falling from heaven. And, they say, oh, day star, son of dawn. And it's like all these things, you don't even realize, even, with the shield, the spirit of death on there. Like they tell you that the skull and crossbone represents the call. What are you saying? What are you being called to? Another demonic coincidence is the above ground process for Sigma Gamma Rho. It's called the torch process. And it's a 40-day process, which in itself is, blasphemous. As we know, for Jesus, he was in the desert for 40 days before he started his ministry. For anybody, who is a part of this, those that say they love God, and no matter how you feel about denouncers, and to understand sitting down with God and seeking how this makes him feel as a father, who's watched us and been there with us, to see us use the very things he's given us for something else. It just broke my heart.